Hey, I bet that notification 3 times in a row that we went live gets everybody stirred up, though.
I don't know. Then it starts messing up. I'm not sending it to people. Everybody's gonna give
Told
up.
you, I'm in Facebook jail for something. They don't want me on here.
How much of that government stuff you been replying to?
I tell them all to go fuck themselves.
I'm with you. We should be live. I'm
Ooh,
seeing.
I'm not. I don't.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
over here.
We should be 50 seconds in. See 2 people on. Y'all bear with us. The world ain't treating us right tonight, but I think we are finally here.
It's
Waiting
the
to see
Dos
a few
Equis
people
virus.
say something.
It's the Dos Equis virus.
Something, man. I'm telling you.
Not enough Dos Equis.
Very interesting. If you are on, say something so I can see you. Let us know we are working. This is our third attempt here. We had quite a few issues there. I see Paul Tarkala. I see Paul on YouTube. I see Corey on YouTube. We got some good announcements to come up, so we're trying to get everybody lined up here. We can get Facebook to cooperate.
I can't find it on.
Ding, ding, ding
I'm
goes the
telling
bell.
you, everybody letting us know what's up. All right, so we should be live. I see people getting on. Hopefully everything is working correctly. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes and my phone to shut up, and
Turn it down.
we'll get this
I still
party
got it
started.
on my side.
On
But
Facebook?
Other people got it.
All right, Paul said working on YouTube. All right, Brian, I see you. Frank, Corey. All right. So we are working at least on YouTube. If anybody's on Facebook, give us a hell yeah and let us know. I'm not
mine,
seeing
she
nothing.
says.
Y'all might have to just come on over to YouTube
Ask us
early.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I got everybody
I
lined
don't
up.
have it on Facebook.
Facebook may have dumped us. I don't know. Bruce said he'd end up with MD 2020 virus.
Yeah, it's not on.
Yes, Eric, Facebook sucks. Yes, Frank, nothing on Facebook. Thanks for that heads up there. If I can get Miss Sherry or Chad or Eric or one of y'all to go over and share our YouTube to our, Miss Sherry will have to share our YouTube to our page.
How do I share YouTube to the page?
Click the 3 dots on the YouTube live and
So I
click
have to
share.
go to YouTube?
Alright. Yeah, right. Facebook's broken. No way. That's right, Frank. I promise we got a good show for you. I don't know what the hell's up with the Facebook deal. YouTube is working, which, hey, it's what we're trying to do anyway. So y'all might share us around to your pages on Facebook so the people on Facebook know we are on YouTube since Facebook isn't cooperating tonight. Get us moved up. We ain't got but like 5-6 viewers on, so
They probably all jumped over and went to YouTube.
I hope so. There's quite a few more on YouTube.
I'm doing it right now.
Right, Brian? They don't like seeing guns on Facebook. They kick me out every time. Bruce said that 2020 is that cheap ass wine. Eric, we just decided to try it out here. To get your banner in here and just to be out in the shop. Kind of gives a little different environment. The dungeon, gets sleepy down there. I want to break out the movies and stuff. Hey, I appreciate it, Chad, for sharing that on Facebook. We ain't going to keep the party waiting too long. Some of y'all might get bored. Some of you might not, but hopefully not.
I shared it to the page.
Thank you, ma'am. Miss Sherry shared it to our page, so y'all should find it.
I
Again,
figured it out all by myself.
Miss Sherry figured it out. We're going to have to give you some clap, huh? Sorry for the confusion. Tommy's giving you clap there, Miss
I'm
Sherry.
like clap is.
Uh-oh. She's smacking now. He ain't clapping. All right. So anyways, hey, sorry for the confusion. We are on now, at least on YouTube. Hopefully everybody on Facebook finds us. I don't know what the problem is. This is one of our big complaints right here is Facebook and this crap. But it happens all the time. But while we're on that subject, I got a hell of a deal. When I say hell of a deal, I mean a hell of a deal. Y'all got to really pay attention to this one. Let's see. Oh, Eric said you need a cookie, Miss Sherry.
Oh, well, I'll wait for you to send me one, Erica.
She's waiting, Erica. All right, so here's the big thing. Y'all see right down there next to live, it says Ridge Runner Rods. All right, we got a ton of people that support us, back us, and help push us through this. But I'm going to tell you something. Ridge Runner Rods, it has been with us for a long, long time. They produce hella rods. I mean, they are for real serious, awesome, amazing stuff. I own quite a few. Matter of fact, I have one on order right now being built. Dude is badass, okay? But Ridge Runner Rods says, you know what? I'm sick and tired of the problems that we're having on Facebook every time y'all go live. So I tell you what, dude, let's see if we can get the subscribers up on YouTube. We'll do a giveaway together. So here's the deal. We need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That number seems big, but we got almost 8,000 on Facebook. Surely we can get 1,000, right? It ain't that far-fetched to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So share this thing somewhere. Tell somebody. I don't care if they ever come watch again. Just tell them to go hit subscribe so we get to 1,000 viewers. That way we can produce better quality video. But once we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, this is what's going to happen. Mr. DDW at Ridge Runner Rods is putting a rod together for a giveaway. He's going to give a bait casting rod out. I and Miss Sherry am putting together a care package of baits to go with that rod. So you're going to get 2 really badass sets of products right there. For doing nothing but hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. How freaking easy is that? Hit subscribe, tell somebody, share it somewhere. I mean, it's simple. See, Tommy can do it. He's got a flip phone. He can do it. You know what I'm saying? So come on now. Hit subscribe, and he's old, but you know.
We do still have a flip phone.
Yeah, exactly. But it's simple. Just go hit subscribe. Nothing to it, man. Hit subscribe. Let's get them up 1,000. DDW Ridge Runner Rods is going to hook you up with a freaking amazing bait casting rod. Me and Miss Sherry's going to put a package of baits. I don't mean 2 or 3 baits. We're putting a care package together. And when we hit 1,000, we're going to load you up with the care package. DDW is going to send you out a brand new rod, special built by him. You can't go wrong, so just go do it. All right? So enough of the soapbox complaining there. So, tonight, we got, again, Mr. Tommy Woodard. Again, if you missed half of it and you was in and out, whatever, he's been with us forever. He was with us when we was painting baits in the basement. Knows a lot about us. Smart dude. Knows a lot about fishing. Techniques, all kinds of stuff. All right, so we're bringing him in here tonight, and we're going to talk about bait care, bait prep, your lures, your soft plastics, your rods and reels, everything to do with taking care of your equipment and your bait tackle in your boat or kayak or garage or wherever you got it stored, right? We are the worst, and I say the worst because what are we here to do? Catch fish. Tommy's not the worst? Okay, we're here to catch fish, right? We're going to be banging and slanging baits all day long. I'm the world's worst. I'll cut one, throw it in a box, and that's where it goes. And the theory is when I get home, I'm going to put it up. Doesn't always happen. May go for a month or 2 before I do it. Not really, but yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Mr. Brian Walter said he would donate. Look on the thing.
A Boomatic 60 reel. All right, so Mr. Brian Walters is going to throw in a Boomatic 60 reel to go with this combo. So I'm telling you, see what's coming in here? All you got to do is hit subscribe. This is simple, man. There's nothing to it. You get free stuff. So appreciate you, Brian Walter, for getting that done. We'll get it all squared away and sent out. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Real simple. So back to what we're working with. Prepping your baits, prepping your tackle, your gear, your poles, rods, electronics, the whole 9 yards. You got to do something. I don't always take them back out, put them up like I'm supposed to. They may sit in there for a week or 2 before I actually do that. Miss Sherry spoke with a customer a week or 2 ago. Awesome customer. Big customer of ours. Awesome man. Jim Sampson. And he comes in and we're talking about baits and prepping them to Miss Sherry He actually takes his baits, wipes them down, dries them, and puts them up at the end of the day, whatever. But he wipes them down, dries them. I mean, he goes to the extreme here. Some people, me personally, I'm not doing that. I ain't taking the time to do it. And that's fine. But think about this. If you own a Lexus, you're going to take care of it, right? If you own a Pinto, who cares if it gets a door ding in it? It's okay. You're paying good money for quality baits. take care of them. They last long. Even our custom-made baits break down like any other bait on the market. It's the way the world works. You're going to break down and die one day, just like a bait's going to break down and die, right? It's the way the world turns. Take care of your product, your bait, your gear, all that crap, and store it correctly, and it's going to make it last longer. So that's just kind of where we're going with it. I'm going to throw it at Tommy because he's waiting all day to get on here with this live. I mean, can you see the excitement in this man's face? It's been a long day for the man. I think he's done a little fishing. I'm not sure. He came in late on his boat. It's raining on him. So he's really, really excited to do this tonight. But he's going to kind of tell us his game plan. You know, I broke mine down. I'm a guy that's going to cut it off, throw it in a box. I'll put it up eventually. There's all kinds of stuff here. So, Mr. Tommy, you tell us what your day consists of when you go fishing. What are you doing with your tackle, your rod and reels, and your gear? What are you doing to preserve it, protect it, and make it last long? What you got?
Unless a little bird pops up into my ear the night before a tournament, I've already got everything set up and ready to go before I leave the house. I'm like you. Whenever I get, whenever I've got a bait on and it ain't working, I cut it. File 13. It sits in the box, no problem. If it gets in the way, I'll move it and put it in another box. Now, unless I'm getting into another square bill box and I swap them out, that's different. But I'm no different than anybody else. It looks like a tackle store exploded in my boat when I get done.
Right.
There's crap everywhere. There's worms all over the place. But I will say this. I will get them out of the boat before I leave to take the trailer of that thing home because I don't want them washing down the side and getting in front of the bilge.
Yep.
They will work their way down there. Y'all can say no, but I got news for you.
That's a good point to bring up.
Once or twice, and you'll find a couple. You'll be surprised, like, where the hell did that come from? That's where it come from.
Yeah.
But I mean, I clean up my reels. I get them decent. I usually swap out line whenever I haven't. If it's over 2 months old, I'll swap it out. If it's getting running low, I'll add extra or I'll swap it out. But that old boy that does that cleaning of his lures, I'll tell you what, that's more love for a lure than I've got.
It's extreme. I'll give it that. It's extreme.
That's his thing. That doesn't mean it's extreme. He's just better at cleaning. As far as I'm concerned, hell, he'd come over to the house and help me clean my boat.
Right, exactly.
Hell, I'll pay him.
He was talking about if you have people, when he has people on his boat and they do what y'all do, like throw it down on the ground or in a box, he says,
He makes pick it up, doesn't he?
Yes, he makes pick it up and you wipe it off. And he said our baits are some of the best baits he's ever owned. He's almost replaced all of his store-bought baits with ours that he uses out there. He was very specific on telling me that info on the phone that day. We talked for a good 30 minutes about it, and he was telling me about it. So he meant it.
Right.
I don't believe that for 1 minute. When you get on the phone, you don't stop. It's at least 2 hours.
No, it is not, Tommy.
But yeah, the whole prepping the bait, being ready before you go out, that's one thing I don't do because I'm a last minute guy. Hey, we're going to plug the boat in, we're going tomorrow, and I don't take time to do it because I got to go to work or go do this, whatever. But once you get to the water, now you got 7 or 8 reels because I'm not going to sit at the edge of the boat ramp waiting to tie some stuff before I'm getting on the water and we're going to move across this lake. And what happens is you get to a spot, right? And you're like, that's my spot. I'm finna go hit it. Oh, I got to go tie on these 3 or 4 poles, right? That totally screws the whole trip up. You've wasted great time to put a lure in the water by having to stop and rig these poles up and get them ready at last minute. And I'm the world's worst at it. But that's one little section of time you could save all that time and turn it into producing fish. Because when's the best time to catch fish typically? Is early when you first get there, right? That's usually your primer time to fish. You're now wasting it to tie on baits, to fix the line, to redo a line on a whole reel. You know, you're just wasting all that great time.
Mr. Tuttle's on here.
Mr. Tuttle made it. Awesome.
He said I use a little Grove tackle side piece on my side of my boat to hang all the cranks and hard baits on till the end of the day, and then I organize them. Matt, you also rubber band or something your hooks.
Yeah, he bands his hooks together.
Chapel throws his jigs on the deck to let them dry. That's
Hey,
pretty much what you do.
I throw mine wherever. They dry.
Brian
Takes time.
Brian Walker said I put my hard lures back in boxes. I get them out I get them out at night. I bought the new lure lock boxes, expensive but nice hold on your baits.
Yeah, I think some of these boxes that are nowadays that are sealing and keeps the condensation out, because you're gonna get condensation in your boxes. It just happens. Unless you got a brand new boat with brand new seals on it, you're gonna get some condensation.
Mr. Corey
They put it in an
sometimes
air
watches
conditioned
soft
building.
plastics.
Yeah. Do what, Tommy?
And put it in an air conditioned building.
Yeah.
Baits dry when not in use. Frank
Yeah.
keeps
Nope.
his baits dry when not in use. and
Outside
keeps
under
his
cover.
clean and organized.
Right. But yeah, that's. I think, like I said, these new boxes that are sealing is a great investment. I don't run them. I run the cheap old Walmart boxes you can buy for a couple of bucks. It is what it is. I do go out there and I open up a box, and they are wet at times. There's condensation, but raise the lid, throw them on the deck. They'll be dry in no time if you're in that big a rush. So
You're gonna get them wet by throwing them in the water anyway.
exactly. The big thing is having them wet. I've noticed is having them wet in my boat because I don't store it inside anymore like I used to. So it sets out there. It comes a rainstorm. You get moisture in your boxes, and they sit under your cover of your boat, and they don't dry out right away. They just build that heat and burn that moisture. And to me, that screws them baits up quicker than anything. If at least the cover was off and you was getting some air and sun into some of them cracks and crevices, it helps. But by having a cover on there, it really screws that up.
Yeah, I mean, if you can leave your boat open, if it's locked up in the back or something like that, and you can leave all the hatches open, it helps dry out the boat.
Right.
Sometimes you do that when you're gone to work all day. You don't want to leave your crap laying out for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
must be on bad
Oh.
delay. I just
Delay.
saw him eat something. Anyways, let's see, where is it? Eric said Charlie sure is world's worst at a lot of stuff.
I am Eric, but hey, I don't have no pontoon though, bruh.
Brian said,
Come
I
on,
should-
go fishing.
I look at water depth and watercolor to see which bait I will use. And Matt Tuttle said, yeah, I ban my hooks or hook guards. Yes.
Yeah, the plastic hook guards.
Mr. Mudbug uses hook guards. He just sent a picture the other day of a bait. Frank said, I'm very OCD. I clean as I go and got everything perfectly in order. If it gets out of place, I go crazy.
This
Yeah.
is who?
Frank.
Frank Rowland.
Hey, if that's Matt Tuttle, I'm not fishing with him on.
Have you ever seen? I know you've had to see Tommy. I love Mr. Matt Tuttle. He's my little buddy. You ever seen that man when he fishes? Look in his boat. You think you have a bad situation with your baits when you're fishing? Look at Matt Tuttle. That boy got the whole store thrown out in the bottom of his boat.
That's why you're supposed to fish.
You don't step. You better hold on the side rail and go down the side because there ain't no room in the floor. But it's
don't
clean
walk-
when he shows
You
you a
don't
bait.
walk barefoot in my boat because you'll get a hook in your foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want to change my mind and get that back on there, but I'm gonna leave it where I can get to it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm bad about
Did,
that.
did you hear that, Matt? He called you his little buddy.
My little buddy. Matt's my little buddy. Boy, I'm old enough to be his daddy, ain't I?
He's the same age as
See,
our stepson.
He my little buddy. He knows more than I do about it.
So here's a question. Here's a question for everybody. Y'all tell me if this is true for y'all too. You know how you leave nuts or bolts or pennies and change in your pocket and you go to the dryer and you get washing machine to get it out? How many of y'all got worms that you found in the washing machine? 'Cause you had
That's hilarious.
Oh my
I have.
god.
I washed them and I used them. I didn't care.
That's messed
That
up.
works wonders.
At least they's clean, right?
That's right.
No coronavirus on them.
Got all that fish smell off of them. Got it ready for that time.
Frank said, Play-Doh boxes are the best. They last forever.
Yes.
Brian Walter said, I love your baits. I'm organizing them to put plastic together and hooks I use with that bait, like F4Ds with weighted hooks.
Yeah.
Corey said, you can drill a little hole and to your classic storage boxes for your crankbaits, and it does work. I guess to let them drain. Brian said, I put the Bass Pro cover with Velcro to cover my baits with hooks. They are around 4 by 4 inches. DDW said I had to keep it clean because no room in a kayak.
Yeah. Kayak's got a little different story there.
Yeah.
Eric said, been there, done that. Chris said, all the time. Matt Tuttle said, you ain't lying, bud. I don't like to put it up because I had it on for a reason. Just need to wait for the right time.
Exactly, Tuttle. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. Like I said, everybody has their routine, their game plan. We all got to work on something, right? But I think some bait prep, pre-fishing bait prep, after fishing prep, I know a lot of people, me personally, when I get off the water, I'm loading, strapping, and shagging ass because I got things to do. Versus taking just a couple of minutes and maybe try to put some of your tackle back up that you hadn't put up correctly. And you don't have to deal with it your next trip out. And that's usually, again, my failure. So
do that at the house with a cold beer in your hand.
yeah, but usually by the time I'm home, it's time to eat and turn a flip and go run over here and run over there. You just ain't got time no more. So it's if I get to go fishing, I'm excited.
That plate will sit right there on the deck, and you can take a bite while you put your stuff up.
No, not around here. We got neighbors and stuff. No, I'm kidding.
No, Charlie is just.
Pickle.
He does that with everything. He'll put it up later, which is never.
I never get it put up.
And then he can't find what he's looking for.
Sherry usually knows where it's at, though, so I'm covered there.
Well, we was talking about routines on the last time. My routine is I put that plug in before I leave the house. That way I know it's done, because I got caught with it once, and that's enough for me.
Right.
But when I get home, the first thing I do is I pull everything out, and then I straighten it all back up, knowing what lake I'm going to go to next. I try to start getting ready. If I know I've got rods or reels that I've spun off a lot of line, or I've got one that's got a knot in it, I take it out, set it right there on that counter by my where I was at last time, where y'all seen all them lures and shit, my workbench. And that's the first thing I do the next day is I get after it. That way I'm not bound up. I'm not waiting and going, oh crap, I forgot that rod. Rod didn't do this, and I need to do this real quick. Ain't nothing worse than having to re-spool a rod when you're in the middle of a tournament.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are going to get it messed up, and it's going to take you forever. Well, it seems like it is.
Yeah, it does. It's a good thing to do, and making it habit, I think, is the big thing. You got to make it a habit. That's just what you do. Just like you said, I put the plug in when I leave the house. That's a habit, and I think that's what the rest of us need to work on sometimes is making something a habit to where you always do it. I know putting rod sleeves on rods. I have an open rod locker, so I don't have nowhere to put them but in my rod locker. I sleeve every one.
Yeah.
Now, I fail to sometimes. I have a few that don't have sleeves. But anyways, one of my good rods I use for spinnerbaiting, I chunked in there last time, and of course this time when I went to pull it out, the tip got a little, hung up on something. Well, you just gonna yank it a little harder, so I yank it on out. I'm in a hurry to fish. I ain't got time, Jack, with the end of it. We're gonna fish. It's still attached. Let me tell you, halfway through the day, why is this thing real funny? It seems different. It wasn't bad, but it seemed different than normal. I brought that old rod tip down, and sure enough, that end of that tip was just bent over on the line. And you know what happens when you bend it back? It's gone, so I left it alone. But having those rod sleeves, it's kind of a pain in the rear sometimes, but it's not near the pain in the rear it is when you break a rod tip or you lose an eye on one or what have you just by not putting a sleeve on a rod. It's pretty simple stuff there to take care of it. But that's a big ta-da. I know soft plastics. I'm fixing to try to get in the habit of taking some of my main packages of baits, whether it's soft plastic, hard bait, my electronics, and the custom built rods out of my boat if I'm done fishing for at least 2 or 3 days and put inside. A simple reason I've seen this condensation come about now, I've been seeing a little more closer attention to what's happening. I see it on my electronics, I see it in my bait boxes. There's some of those baits I really don't want to get wet unless I'm fishing, right? I don't want them sitting out in the heat wet and baking and tearing them all to hell. So I'm going to start getting used to taking those out. Some of the important stuff, I'm not saying unload your boat, but soft plastic, as well as I do, there is soft plastic. If it's in the wrong spot of a boat and it gets hot, you're going to have a hell of a mess in that box when you get back out there, Just stupid stuff that, can help you.
Mr. Tuttle said, Prep 101, number one thing, retie leaders. Brian Welch said sleeves are cheap, and Eric always uses his DIY and make them. We did make them. We
made them for a while. They're a real pain in the rear and not near enough money involved because these machines make them a lot quicker than we can make them by hand. That's why we don't make them anymore.
We try to be economical and not, we're not trying to kill y'all.
You can buy them for $4, so there ain't much room in there for me to play with them, So But a simple piece though, $4 sleeve That's going to save, if you got a custom rod, you're 100 and up on a custom rod, that you could save that rod by having a sleeve on it, just simple stuff.
Frank said Z-Man will ruin anything it touches. I don't know what you're talking about, Frank. Maybe the boys do.
Yeah, Frank, you're right. I won't call a brand or nothing, but yeah, there are baits that they will flat out melt and screw some stuff up. Especially, I'll bring this one up, spinner baits. How many of us throw a trailer on a spinner bait? How many of us take that spinner bait with a trailer and throw it right back in the box and leave it like it is? And you take that rubber skirt and that plastic worm and you let that heat bake on them two puppies for a little bit. And let me tell you, you're going to have a hell of a mess when you get done just by leaving that trailer on there.
Well, another thing, too, you leave it on there too long, it'll rust that hook.
Yes, holding that moisture and shit in there, it will.
Chad Chappell says he makes his own sleeves, and he said, don't forget reel covers. See, we don't have reel covers.
We don't have reel covers, but it's a very good point, Chad. I'm fishing the cheapest booze you can fish. Black Max, I love them, but they're cheap. But nevertheless, why not spend a couple of bucks on a cover that can save a $40, $50 reel at minimum? You got a butt ton of rod and reels stuffed in a box. Try to take care of them.
And just like, and Brian said, I use old socks for my reel covers. But you said we need to also take our stuff out of the boat.
Yes.
And bring it into the garage.
But the problem is, say you get on one of these rough lakes. Tommy, you got a rough ass lake over there, Conroe. You get that wind coming at you on a rough lake. You got all these rods sitting in this rod locker. Mine is not secured, so there's movement of these rods in that locker, and you get to banging on them waves coming back because you're trying to hurry up and come home and not drown on the damn lake, and you will beat the smithereens out of a reel in them boxes just bouncing up and down on them waves. So definitely a sleeve for your rod, a good reel protector would be great. Any of that kind of good stuff.
Good Lord, y'all take good care of y'all shit. Y'all must think y'all see my shit, y'all be like going, look at this boy. He must have money.
I told you, I pulled mine out with no sleeve on it, broke the eye off the other day. I don't do all this, but
sleeve on it. I won't shove a damn rod in there without a sleeve.
Yeah, I'm about not to anymore. So
I've made I made it out of cutting board material. It's two-tiered.
Yeah.
I scalloped them out so I can set so many rods down low.
I don't want to talk to you about it. That's enough. I did that 3 times in a row, and I don't know whether it was my impatientness or what, but they didn't work real well for me. One of them actually fit well and done well, but I didn't do well with it. So I built 2 more after that to try to really get what I was wanting, and we didn't create what we wanted. So now they just sit in the rod locker now.
Charlie just likes to build things and rebuild them until...
It was only like $80 for that sheet of PVC I built.
I got it at the freaking dollar store.
No, I got the big old thick one, boy. You had to have a cutter there to get it. It was thick.
Matt's house said hell with
maybe 3/8 of it is wide.
Only good thing about them is jackhammer. Frank Wellen said it's good stuff, but it will cause a mess if not kept in its bag. Matt also said yes, you have to be careful. That will kill a skirt on the
trailer.
Hydro Hutch.
Melt them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Charlie, make sure you bring Pop what I shared to you about the utility binders. Corey wants you to make sure you tell him about that.
Corey Broadpoint sent me a picture the other day. I don't personally use them. It's just not my style. But for a lot of you guys using it's a book you can put all your worms in. Right, the little packs in there. It's an actual binder, and you put your sleeves in there. Those work great for a lot of people. Me personally, I can't do it. I don't have the patience, but it's a very good product to take care of that bait, keep it protected. You're adding just layers of more protection to it when it's inside of that, so it's a good deal. Me personally, I stack mine in a tub just so it's easy for me to thumb through there. Now let me rephrase that. Theory wise, it's easy to thumb through there, as long as there you go. As long as you put them back where they're supposed to go and in the group and order they're supposed to go. If you do like me and sometimes just throw them in there, well, you get what you ask for. So there you go.
You see how nice that is?
Now, do you ever fish, Tommy?
Don't look like that anymore.
Oh.
There's a pile of shit on top of that now.
That's always the way it always starts. End of the day, it's
it
a
looks good
disaster.
when I leave, but when I come back, it don't look that good.
Right. Well, hey, as long as you're showing something more than a sunset like me, then everything's cool. Me, I come back, mine looks trashed. All I got's a sunset to show you. So
those little tubs are easy. You just pop. I wrote on the top all lizards, and I put all that, all creature bait, put all in that. Because I know a lot of people will do this. They'll sit there and they'll go, well, all I'm gonna need is green pumpkin, or I'm gonna need watermelon red, and that's all they'll put in the boat.
Right.
I've got every damn color that I can possibly put in there because it's always that one day they ain't hit it, and I would do anything for a bubblegum fluke, and I put it on there. I'm catching fish, and the other person's looking at me like, "Where the hell did you get that from?"
Exactly. How did it go when you casted it? I just want to make sure. The sound is what makes it. I mean, that's if you're gonna throw a bubblegum fluke, you got to have that sound. So, but no, you're right. I put everything in my boat. Way more than I ever use. There's things in there I'll never use. But if somebody wiser than me is on the water and they say, "Hey, I'm catching them on this," trust me, I bet I can find one in my boat somewhere. It just might take a minute. So.
Eric said
that's part of the fun of buying lures.
Yeah.
Chad said, "I got tackle warehouse covers on all my reels," and Eric said reel covers are good for traveling. I'll skip that part about the pontoon.
Well, do I gotta go back and read that?
No, Chad said, "Eric, your pontoon don't go fast enough." And Eric said, "Y'all jealous about my pontoon."
I am jealous, Eric. I need a pontoon.
Brian said, "Rocket Fuel is the best reel oil. I use it on all my reels and grease."
Yeah. Do you do any spraying on your reels? I don't spray mine unless they really need it, but I don't, maintenance them like that, I guess.
Which we probably need to.
Well, it would, Cooper's got one. We was out this weekend, and he's throwing, and it was one of them days he grabbed it and throwed it, and it made more sounds than a jungle gym going in there. As it went out the end of it. But that was probably one we could have sprayed down and did a little work to the bearings on it.
It was funny. Cooper got a kick out of it. Frank said rubber skirts will melt if it touches silicone skirts. Never store them together.
Yeah.
Brian said I use tub and big plastic bags for worms. Eric said I have everything in my boat. And DDW said everything in order.
Yeah. Got to have it in order.
DDW being everything in order.
Yeah.
Well, and just so you know, DDW there, he is, again, the Ridge Runner Rod guy that is going to hook us up here once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Tell somebody. I know you got tournaments you go to, clubs you go to, neighbors. Tell them, just go hit subscribe. That's all you got to do. You don't even have to watch. Hit subscribe.
DDW, how's my rod coming along?
Brian Walter said Rocket Fuel is on eBay and is from England. Matt Tuttle said I clean mine every quarter.
Every quarter.
What was I going to say? There's something I was going to say. Oh, if anybody is on from our sales from Saturday, I'm sorry. This is spring break and my mind slipped, and I didn't dip the baits. So it's probably not going to be till Wednesday till I get everybody's stuff out, and I forgot about the giveaway. I forgot today was Monday. We're redoing Cooper's room.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. So, anyways, my apologies.
But yeah, I don't spray mine, but there are times I need it, and I actually have a bottle of spray in my boat. But did I take the time and spray it? No. We're fishing. That sounds okay. Let's just keep going, But it's that stupid little stuff that will help you in the long run. So.
Chad Chapel cleans his at least once a month. Eric said I use PB Blaster on one of my reels the other day. It worked great.
I thought he was going to say PB&J. I use PB&J eating one of them sandwiches that drops down that reel and you just wipe it around a little bit. I thought that was coming.
Daryl Hetch said hats off to Hank Cherry winning the Classic lead from day one. And Matt Tuttle said Hank Cherry, an old North Carolina boy.
Yeah, got it done. That's what he did. Got it done.
What was I going to say? One time we were talking about bait maintenance, or keeping your baits or whatever together, not all in one bunch. We had a guy who kept them all in one box, and our baits are not meant to be. They're not going to last a lifetime. They're going to get dinged up. They're going to do like all the other ones do, just not as fast. And they'll last longer as long as you take care of them. But he had it all in one box. And what happened, Charlie? You can finish. Do you remember?
Who's the one that beat all the paint off of him? Yeah, some people don't take care of their stuff. I have all mine in one box too. But if I have more than one bait touching each other, they're nicely, neatly packed in that spot to where they're not bouncing around.
Yeah,
I don't want to bounce
separated. Remember, they were all together in that one box. He sent us a picture of it.
His was just a big old box, everything in
It
it.
didn't work. It didn't work like that. It's not just. It's not.
If I cut mine down to one bait per slot, I'm gonna need a trailer to carry my crap on. So we have to double stack.
You need Tuttle's barge in the back.
Yeah.
Well, no. What happened? Something happened to one of Erica's baits, and he realized it was his fault because something got on it and messed up the paint. Right, Erica?
Yeah, it happens. These hooks. Sometimes you get a nasty, funky end on one of these hooks, and they will beat the shit out of one. There's all kinds of stuff that can go on, but just general maintenance of your baits. If you want to talk about paint, when you bring one in, you wipe it down, you put the guards on it, put it in your box, whatever you're going to do. If you see one that has some cracked paint on it, take right then a little bit of super glue and drop down in that crack, and it's done with. It may not last 2 weeks, but it may also last 5 more years. Who knows? But if you coat that crack with something, keep the water out of it, it will last longer. If you just let the crack go, the paint's going to come off. Now, I got one in the boat that wasn't made by me. It's made by somebody else. This thing had been in that boat for many years, caught many a fish. And when I got that bait back, I fished the hell out of it. This bait has hardly any color on it. It's got like 2 spots of color on it. It'll still catch fish to this day with 2 spots of color on it. But we do like them looking halfway decent. So, try to take care of your paint.
He was hitting the water to remove the moss. I got you, Eric. And Brian said, I keep mine in plastic bags. You send them in boxes. Probably should be okay, correct? Put them in larger plastic bags. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
I take all mine out. I don't want to fumble through the boxes.
Tuttle says he stacks them, son. I don't have.
I stack mine too.
Boxes, so I make 8 work.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tuttle. I stack mine. If I can get 3, usually 2's about kind of average, but if I can get 3 in one little square, I'm gonna pack them in there because I can bend them hooks around and get them to hide down in there and keep it tight. The deal is keep it tight.
What this happened was last year at the beginning of the year when that happened, didn't it? What? And we have never had anybody.
The guy?
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's last year.
Yeah, it was last year at the beginning of the year. Let's see. I clean my fishing reels almost daily. Corey said. Brian Welch said. Charlie, I use the wormizer to repair my baits. I don't know what he's talking about that.
Soft plastic.
Daryl Hutch in all 3 days fished the same spot. Chad Travel said my baits are stacked 3 deep in a slot so they can't move. Laugh out loud.
Exactly.
Frank said my baits, I put them in a separate slot. Sometimes I double them, but I take them out once I'm done because they will get beat to hell just from traveling and moving them around between trips.
How many boxes of square bills do you have?
Me personally, I've got 3 boxes of regular square bills and 2 boxes of fat body square bills.
My favorite.
1 box of fat body, 1 box of regulars, 1 box of all the other brands, and then another box of another brand.
Yeah. Square bills are my ticket, man.
I put out 1 to maybe make 2 because I've got 3 deep in some of them.
Yeah. It's, you know me, I go from spinnerbait to square bills. So when I open up my hatch, all my spinnerbaits are lined up because that's my first gig. And right there to my left is all my square bills because that's my next gig. If I go outside of that, you're going to get some sunset pictures when I get in. I'm just telling you now.
I don't know what you're talking about now, honey.
That worm, son.
I do, but they don't like me. They don't dig me. What?
My favorite jerk bait like that, I'll have to try the jerk bait. I don't know what you're talking about, Matt, honey. Frank said some baits I use only 1 fits in the big, long slots. What are you talking about?
I was answering. Matt's probably talking about the paint, fixing the paint when it messes up. For a lot is.
I don't know.
I have no idea. But anyways, yeah. So again, general thing. What we're talking about, just taking care of your stuff. The simple maintenance. I know we got a ton of crap on our boat. We can do simple maintenance too. To take away from the errors we have at the lake. Again, my biggest failure, like I said, is getting to the water, having 4 or 5 reels. You got to tie some baits on versus showing up prepared. You're just wasting time, So just stupid stuff like that'll really buy you more time on the water.
Chad said I only have 3 people's baits on my boat. And Mr. Corey said I have salmon plugs in a plastic tackle box. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Rihanna. I have no problem with them being in the gather a little bit. It gives them character.
We only run 2 brands of other people's baits or other baits is ours and one other person that we run on the boat.
In business anymore.
Yeah, but I still run them baits.
Oh yeah,
Bang.
yeah, we will. Always.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's all in prep. So take care of your junk, maintenance it up. I personally, I'm not gonna start wiping down my baits. But should I take more care of how I store those baits and leaving them in that big old box? Everybody's got what I call it the trash box. You open that door up and you throw that one in there and you grab another and you throw that one in and you grab. By the end of the day, you got a big old box full. And I only did that to keep them off of my deck. I still end up with 5 or 6 over here by my rod and reels that set up here on my fiberglass area right beside my carpet. And I'll change those out as I'm going because they was working a while ago. So I keep them close by. But I fill my box up and I fail to take them back out till next trip out or I need it or where'd that go? It's in the box. So it's always there.
Title said the super glue trick.
Yeah, super glue works. The liquidy kind. Glue it and be done with it. It's just going to. If it's 2 more throws or 2 more years, who cares? You throw a cheap ass piece of super glue on it, it might help it.
That's it so far.
Oh, okay.
Eric said, I need my cup holders to store everything I take off.
Oh, he uses the cup holders? Yeah. I don't have any cup holders on mine.
That's too far in the back.
You just haul ass. You got to hold on to your stuff. I know this weekend we had a energy drink floating around from taking off, so just tie it down, strap it down. We got no cup holders, so I don't know.
Had to put it behind the
yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of like I said, the gist of it. Tommy, if you got anything great, throw it out there. If any of y'all have any questions for Tommy or me or the neighbors, or I'll ask them right quick. Just whatever you got, let us know. Throw them up here right quick. Michelle, throw them out. You got anything to add to all this nonsense, Tommy?
Tired.
Tommy says he's tired. Well, if you wouldn't fish all day,
No, that's not my
From 5 to 5, that's a fun day right there.
Yeah. I need a full fishing day.
I'll wait for comments for a second.
Yeah, we're going to hold up and wait. Like I said, don't forget, go hit subscribe here on the YouTube.
I got a question.
Yeah, come on.
All you guys out there, I know the old school way of culling, you rip the lip and all that shit and you tie the fish on. Now they've got the pinchers and little slides and all that shit. Y'all switch to those. Don't do that popping it. I caught a fish today. I'm not shitting you. I could stick my hand completely through its mouth from the bottom side if somebody had done that to. And it was a female, and I thought, this poor girl going to lose half the food that she's trying to get in her mouth coming right out the bottom.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And it's all, just like you said, it's old school way.
If you got them, that's fine. You can still run it right to the edge of the gill plate and through the mouth where you don't interfere with the gills.
Yeah, but once you get back there,
to the new ones.
Yeah, it's just a new style switch.
I was shocked to see that fish with that. I mean, I'm kidding you. It was that freaking long, ripped from one end down to the other, and I thought, Jesus.
Yeah, we got to protect those fish. That's what we're out to do, to catch them. So we got to protect them, keep them there for somebody else to catch. So take good care of them.
Wow, I'm impressed, Tommy.
What?
That you said that you cared.
I want my great-grandchildren that I hadn't even seen yet to catch fish. My granddaughter's on it, boy. She loves that going fishing with Papa time.
Papa time.
Must be a rough life. Eric Van even said, Church Papa said, don't tell me what to do, laugh out loud.
Eric said you must have a rough life, Tommy. All this fishing.
Matt Tuttle said non-puncher is awesome. Non-puncher?
It's hard trying to pick out what I'm going to wear each day to go fishing.
Yeah, I bet it's a challenge. I bet it's a challenge.
I wore a hat to the tournament the other day, and I left this one in the truck. I will never do that again. I said, nope, that one just got retired. So my new fishing hat. Y'all do it. Everybody does it. It'll burn itself out, and you'll get a new one.
Yeah.
You get a new one.
Matt Tuttle said non-puncture is awesome, and then Chad Tuttle said I have the non-puncture, and they suck. They won't stay on a fish.
Yeah, some of them are talking about how the non-puncture won't stay on a fish. And I don't have any of them because I don't cull.
Catch bigger fish with bigger lips. It helps.
Oh, there you go, Chad. He said bigger fish, bigger lips, and they'll stay on.
And we don't catch fish, so.
Yeah, mine fit right around the sunset. That's how I measure it. Is I hold that hook up there around that sunset, and I know it's time.
Charlie's too busy building shit to go fishing.
I need to go fishing though.
I tried to get him to go fishing, and he doesn't go. So it's not because of me.
I'm going again tomorrow. I just ain't got a partner to go with, so.
I tell him he can go. Go. I'll pay the
yes.
baits. You go fishing. Anyways, Matt Tuttle said MGM Coles. Try them, Chad. So
MGM Culls is what Matt's throwing out for his
for
brand.
the brand.
Eric said quit buying Walmart specials,
Everybody's
Chad.
ganging up on Chaplin.
You're going to spend $50 on a decent set. I know it's expensive, but man, it's worth it.
Yeah, right.
Let's see.
Chaplin said, I ain't got that problem, Tommy. My fish is plenty big.
Not if a damn thank you falling out his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
If y'all don't know, this is two guys that we have an online JR Custom Lures tournament that we battle. Or let me rephrase that. We're all on, but some of the people who actually catch fish battle out on it. I'm not one of those guys. I just do the sunset. But Tommy and Chad are two of the ones that have been kind of battling back and forth. So it's going to be a fun year to watch these two piss each other off, and it just makes the other one fish harder, and it's fun to watch. So y'all make sure you tune in. We try to post pictures and all that good stuff. We do have a JR Custom Lures online tournament page. Make sure you go like it. You'll get to see those updates.
Playfully
Hey, Chad, did you see the picture of that fish I showed today? He choked that
Yeah,
sucker.
he did. And that's an old bait right there. We need to probably make some more of those. I'm glad to see you land something, on that deal. So
That had to be almost 2 years ago.
yeah, it's been a while. I've only made a handful of those.
I just pulled it out of the package. You remember that board that had all them things? I was in the back, and I thought, well, that's about the right time. Let's pull that one out and see if it worked. Damn if it didn't.
I seen it up there the other day. Like I said, there's only a few of them.
Use one of my pretty ones, Tommy. You might catch something too.
What's that?
One of my pretty ones.
This ain't the jewelry channel. This ain't QVC. This is
QVC. QVC. All right.
Something said, for now, my bug girls, his big girls ain't eating yet.
They ain't eating yet.
We got a full night and it's overcast, so I don't know how they're going to react, but I damn sure want to go out again tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to try it tomorrow evening, but I don't know if it'll work. We got a list of duties to do.
I wish some of y'all lived in the Conroe area, because I'd take y'all tomorrow.
Well, if you lived out here in Egypt, you could take us tomorrow.
BF Egypt?
Yes, nothing but desert land.
You ain't working.
Sun is great. You get a nice reflection.
I am not driving all that way to go fish in a rock pile with water in it. There ain't no fish in there. Charlie done said there ain't.
It's not water. It's chocolate milk. Calm down. It's good stuff.
3 to 4 feet down in mine.
Gerald said, go to Cabela's and get cold tags, non-puncture, cost around $70. Frank said, hashtag JR Custom Lures QVC special.
There you go.
That's right, Frank.
All right, so
on Amazon for $50 instead of $75. Excuse me. Sweet Tea came up.
Find them on Amazon. Banjo, Minnow.
I can't remember which ones I had.
Oh, let's see. I like Banjo Minnow. GGW said. Brian said, Tommy, we need to meet. I'm in San Antonio. Brian Walter.
Brian?
Walter.
Well, that truck goes both ways, don't it? Get up here.
Chad said, Tommy, take a road trip to the East Coast. Go up to North Carolina, he said.
Oh, dude, I would love to, because I've never fished there. That would be fun.
You better watch out, Chad, because he might show up and then you're stuck like Chuck. Eric said, well, if you all move to Missouri, you could fish some real lakes.
And Eric can even take everybody out on his pontoon, too. There's plenty of room. We'll have a good time.
We'd get a lot of fishing done then.
We would.
Fishing. We'd be catfishing. Give me another beer.
That's right.
Oh, I got a pump. I need another beer.
I want to go catfishing.
I like them pontoons. That's fun.
Yeah.
Throw them green lights around the side of the boat, fish
I'm
all night
telling
long.
you. Set. Ready to roll.
All the shit talk you can come up with.
Yeah. Well, pretty much, guys, that's what we got on here tonight for, is just to throw this at you. Again, we really, really, really need your help getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Ridge Runner Rods has stepped up. They're going to throw a rod in here at this deal. We're going to throw a big bait package. It's going to be a care package coming at you. Brian Walter's throwing a reel into this deal. So once we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, boom, we're going to do this big giveaway. So All we need to do is hit subscribe, tell somebody, have them hit it, and have them tell somebody. You know, it's chain reaction. We get it all done. Right there is Tommy's Coles, I believe.
$40 TH Marine.
$40.
Amazon has the deals right now. We are slammed to the ceiling, Frank said. Chad said, I ain't stuck. I'll carry him. Daryl said, Tommy, you got enough money to burn a wet elephant. That's what Daryl had told you. Elephant. Chad Chappell said we would all be drink as hell. I think he meant drunk as hell. Eric said crappie fishing. Brian said, tag me on Facebook, Tommy. I'm going to Sam Rayburn for Bob Seeley tournament in April.
Okay.
Corey said the fish I catch are way too big for those clips. So what's he supposed to do?
Corey, he's out on the coast.
He's on. He's in Oregon.
Oregon, I mean, he catches them big old funky fish.
I'll send you pictures. He sends me pictures of his catches.
That lip is bigger around than that. You ain't freshwater fishing, son. You out there in the saltwater world.
Yeah, it's saltwater. Uh-huh. It ain't freshwater.
Yeah, you ain't. Hell, they said damn many in saltwater. Eat them. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I gotta go see my moon's up. We gotta hurry up.
I've been trying to get off 30 minutes, ma'am. All right, so here we go. That's it. Make sure you go hit subscribe on that Facebook or YouTube. Make sure you go follow our Facebook. We'd greatly appreciate it. Tommy, we appreciate you being on tonight. Appreciate your info and all your BS that you brought to us. It was good.
Dad, I'm bringing it to you. I'm holding out just like you are.
What?
The tournament thing.
Oh.
We will be live Wednesday, so y'all be ready Wednesday. Yeah, we'll be live Wednesday, so y'all tune in. Again, we greatly appreciate you. Go subscribe to YouTube. Let's get it to 1,000. Let's do this giveaway. It's going to be a sweet giveaway, a fat one. It'll be cool.
Sorry we had so much trouble with the whatevers. I don't know what was going on. With the
gotta
Facebook.
pay that bill.
Yep.
Facebook has to make its money.
Yep. Alright, so anyways, greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. We'll holler at y'all later. Appreciate it, Tommy. You have a good night, buddy.
Bye.
Holla.
Later.